everyone and welcome to our live video this afternoon. We have got 3 new releases to review today, all of them on this beautiful Night Tropics warp, which is a new warp for us. We released the first designs the other week in our Middle Earth pattern, and today is all about the Oscha designs. So do say hello when you've joined me this afternoon. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. How are you doing today? Which sling are you most excited about? And come along with any of your questions. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with, and I will do my best to answer. So I would love it if somebody could share this video in Clan Oscha, in our community group, and once it's been shared, then I will be able to start with the reviews. So lovely to see you all joining us. Hi there, Caro. Hi, Alison. Alison's saying hi everyone, and she loves this grad. So that is wonderful to hear. We've got 3 new releases on it today, which are coming on Wednesday. So I have got all the details. It's a jam-packed session today. I'm going to show you some ring slings as well as some wraps, and we also have a Middle Earth throw that I'll show you at the end of the video as well. Thanks, Melissa, for sharing the video in Clan Oscha. I think there's enough of us here to start the video today. So today we're kicking off with the Starry Night Mardi Gras. So this is this beauty that I am wearing at the moment, and I've decided to wear it in a ring sling to show you first because of the reverse side. It's super interesting. There's lots to show you there. But first of all, let me talk you through the grad a little bit. So this is our Night Tropics grad. So our designer Carmen came up with this concept from looking at those kind of tropical colours that you get close to the equator, you know, after the sun's gone down, and those amazing kind of tropical plants that you get. So we have this beautiful kind of purpley, vibrant purple at this end, fresh purple, through to a deeper tone in the middle, into a light kind of a deep kind of teal, and then up into lovely fresh aqua at this side. So this is a Starry Night Mardi Gras, and it's super interesting because for the first time we have actually woven a multicoloured space dye across the back of the weft. And it gives this incredible effect. It almost looks like a hand-woven design for those of you who are familiar with the hand-woven designs that you get out there. So as you can see, I'll bring it a little bit closer. So we have a beautiful kind of teal space dye in the middle. So it's a multicoloured yarn, which is the meaning of a space dye, is a multicoloured yarn. And then it progresses into a kind of darker bluey tones, and then into this like lovely kind of reddy pink, and then back again into the teal, into the dark blue, and into the red pink. So that's actually the reverse of the sling. So when I'm wearing it in the ring sling, you can see the reverse is shown off beautifully. And of course, if you were to do a fancy finish, or you were to do a carry showing the back of the fabric instead of the front, you would also see that. And then when you're wearing the sling, as you can see with my lovely ring sling here, you get those lovely little speckles of space dye coming all the way through the pattern. And the reason we chose Starry Night for this design, or this release, is because it really works well when you have those little glistening glimmers of different colours coming through the front of the fabric. So in some areas you see the fabric a little bit more, and in others you see more of a kind of sparkle effect or a pinstripe effect. And our lovely tester Melissa, she tested this one out for us, and she said that in her opinion it almost looked like Shantung Tussa silk, the way that it kind of had that lovely flecky, speckly look to it, but of course without the silk blend. So this one is 100% organic combed cotton. So it's a real easy care sling. It's a perfect all-rounder. You can use this one from newborn all the way up until toddlerhood, and I believe Melissa's little one was 1.5 years, and she found that it was perfectly comfortable in double layer carry. So it's 290 GSM, so again it's a kind of medium weight sling. It's going to be good for the summer months, for carrying little ones and heavier toddlers too. And it's easy care, the fact that it's 100% organic combed cotton, and that's our Better Cotton Initiative cotton as well that we're using on this one, and that's 100% throughout the whole sling. So let me see if there's any questions here or comments that I can answer or read out, and do let me know if you have any questions about this one. Tara says, hi everyone, so excited about these colours, and Jamie is agreeing that it does kind of look like tussa. And lovely, Erin says it's gorgeous. Hi Manuel, lovely to see you. Ruth says, beautiful colours, it's all about the ring sling in my group, the sling library at the moment. Yeah, well this is the thing, I thought I would show you, I've got a couple of ring slings to show you today because I just think that these slings just go so well as a ring sling, and I think sometimes the ring slings are underrated, you know, we don't often use them in the videos, so I thought I would bring them along today for you all to see. Lovely, great. Okay, so Lydia is saying, hi Hannah, my Misty Mountains arrived today, this colourway is really amazing. So yes, we released the Misty Mountains Returned about 2 weeks ago, and it was on the same warp with a different weft. So this one is Starry Night Mardi Gras, as I say. It may need a tiny little bit of breaking in, but to be honest it is pretty floppy and drapey from the bag. So yeah, that's that one. So the second sling I'm going to show you today, we've got 3 on this beautiful grad, and that will complete the grad. We do have a scarf coming in it, so we wove a little bit of extra on the end of the warp in a scarf weight, so that's still to come. But for now I'm going to show you the Ray Night Tropics. So I'm going to take my little one out first of all and show you that one. Oh, Jamie says, one of the testers wore all black, which I thought was brilliant to show off the grad. Yeah, that's so true. I've gone for a navy dress today. I thought that these releases just deserve something a little bit special, so I found something in my wardrobe. So this is Ray Night Tropics, and it has the most gorgeous copper weft. So I hope you can see that shimmering there, and it's a beautiful bamboo weft, and it has this gorgeous kind of shimmer to it, and you can just see the amazing drape of this sling. So it's been a while since we've released a sling in bamboo viscose, and it really is one of those fibres that is really lovely for newborns and for new wrappers as well. So you can see how drapey it is, it's just gorgeous. Super lightweight as well, so this is one of our really nice summer releases. So we've designed this one specifically to come out at this time of year ahead of the summer. I'm just going to show you the drape on this side as well, because the other end had the safety label, so I just want to show you that. Beautiful. It's so satisfying. So this one is straight out of the bag, so it hasn't been used yet at all, and I actually was intending to do this with a short cross carry with a ring at the back, but I have left my ring in the office for just 1 second, and I'm just going to grab my sling ring because I think this one will really shine with that. So do bear with me for 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, so for those of you who don't have a ring, a sling ring in their stash, I would highly recommend it. So I'm going to do the short cross carry with this because I think it will just be so stunning. Oh, I should show you the back as well before we get started on that. So we have this stunning copper, rich copper weft, and that's in the bamboo. So it's 42% bamboo viscose. So your pure bamboo cotton, so it's basically close to 50-50. And the GSM of this one is 281. But given that bamboo generally weighs in a little bit heavier than it feels, I would say this one feels a little bit lighter than 280. So therefore you can see how easily it's going through the rings here. So I'm going to pop my ring into the middle, around about the middle of the sling. I've got a size 4 with me today, so it should be perfect for this carry, if I can remember how to do it. So I'm going to get the rings close to the centre of my back, and then I'm going to pre-tie the sling. So I'm going to make a cross at the front, make sure I don't have any twisting. So the blue is the top of the sling, if you like, and that way the waves will be the correct way up. And I just want to make sure that those are at the right side. So this one is going to be perfect for newborns in particular, and for new wrappers as well. So you'll find that it's really easy to use, really easy to tie. I'm just going to go around here and tie in. I'm going to try to remember to go around the ring and in, and hopefully that will hold everything in place. So that is one side, and I'll do the other side. This is a knotless finish, so it's really comfortable if you're going to be sitting down a lot. You don't have a knot at the back, or if you're using a base size -1 or -2, you should be able to do this carry as well. And I'm going to try and remember to go around the front of the rings and through the back, and that should hold the tension the way that I want it. So hopefully you can see everything. My base size is a size 5, so this is a size 4, so you can see how that looks there. So yes, perfect. So that is holding the tension nicely, and it makes this super pretty sling at the back. And for me, with the size 4, I'm about 5'3", and that's coming just above my ankle, so it actually is a lovely size for this one. I don't know whether you could maybe even get away with this base size -3, possibly. I'll need to try it sometime. Okay, so I'm just going to give myself a little bit extra room and enough for my baby, and then I shall grab her now. Here we go. So bamboo has lovely moisture wicking properties, so it's a lovely fabric to use for the summer. It's also said to have UV rays defense properties as well, so it can be a lovely choice for the summer for those reasons as well. But of course we would always recommend to pop sun cream on your baby and cover up with a hat, and make sure that they are not exposed in the sun, even with a bamboo wrap. So I'm just going to bring over the passes now. So I'm doing one side into the knee pit. Now you can certainly use this sling with a toddler or a heavier baby in a double layer carry. I know that our tester, who was Nicole, she tried this one with her 10-month-old and absolutely loved it. So certainly is one that you can use with older babies as well. I'm just going to tighten everything up now, and hopefully that is showing off the ray at the best, and you can see those lovely jewel tones all the way over the back, and then swishy tails at the back of the sling, the back of the carry, which is a lovely one. So let me see if there's any more questions. So yes, this one's a short cross carry with a sling ring, and yes, Jamie, you'll have to give it a go. It sounds like you are keen on this carry. Lydia says, yes, what a cool carry. I'm not sure that we have a full tutorial of this one yet, but we will be adding some more tutorials to our YouTube channel soon, so I'll make sure to pop this one on the list for that. Lovely. Linda says, love this pre-tied carry to do with both front cross carry and the front double hammock. Yes. Lovely. I'm just checking if there's any more comments. So Linda says, is this one double bamboo viscose like Legend of Frodo Nari? Does anyone find a big difference between doubled or non-doubled? I don't believe this one is doubled because of the GSM. I think it's probably one of the lighter weight slings that we have, but I will double check that with our full product information and I can get back to you on that one, Linda, because I don't have a note of that right here. And I'll need to double check how it compares to Frodo Nari. Lydia says, oh, the drape. The reverse side is gorgeous. Yes, the reverse side gives a really lovely difference in colour as well. So if you did want to go for that more copper, gorgeous kind of coppery colour, then you might want to do a carry that shows off the back of the sling as well. Erin says, I really hope this one doesn't sell out too quickly. I lucked out with the Misty Mountains and it's amazing. So this one I don't think is limited. So I think we have a similar amount to Misty Mountains returned. So hopefully there will be enough for everybody who is looking for one. But I would suggest coming along at the time of the release, which is tomorrow evening at 7:30 BST. We've also popped on the different time zones in our newsletter and on our Facebook page as well, so you can check to see what time that is in where you are. Lovely. And Rosie says, yes, the shimmer is real. Indeed it is. Lovely. Great. Okay, let me just check. Oh, Ruth says it's wedding season. That will go with so many outfits. That's so true. Yes, baby wearing at wedding, how amazing. It's just such a lovely way to style your outfit and have a practical way to carry your little one during busy days. And you know, it can be a lot for wee ones. So yeah, absolutely, it would be great for a wedding. Oh, I think, Jamie, you were asking previously about the colour on the rings for the Starry Night, and actually these are champagne, I believe, so they're really lovely. I'm not sure if it's becoming in silver as well. We sometimes bring them out in more than one colour, so you could certainly check that on the made to order or on the ring sling listing. So these will all come in made to order, as well as some ready-made items in wraps and ring slings as well. Melanie, you were asking what size this one is. This is a size 4 that I'm using today. My base size is a size 5, and I think, yes, so Tracy is saying that yes, you could use this carry with a base size 1 or base size 2 even. So I guess I could go down to a size 3 for it. So that would be a really nice option. Lovely. Linda says, awesome, thank you. I just don't have too much experience with bamboo viscose in general, but you have tried the Frodo. Yes, let me check that for you and I'll get back to you. Jamie says, I'm new to woven wraps, so I'm still learning about all the fibres. Yes, there's lots to learn, Jamie, and don't feel silly about asking anything at all. Feel free just to ask away and we'll help out, or someone will help out who's a bit more experienced. So it is a lot to take on. Yes, so Emily is asking a dress size 8 to 10, is that a base size 5 or 6? So I would generally go for, I would say, I mean I'm an 8 to 10, so I would say probably size 5, that would be my base size, but you can always size up a little bit if you're unsure. You're better to have a slightly longer wrap than a slightly shorter wrap. Just means you can definitely do all the carries that you want to do, like front wrap, cross carry, and you can always tie the extra tails away. Yeah, I would try out your first one with a front wrap cross carry, and then you'll know how does it feel. Is it a little bit long? Is it a little bit short? But I would normally go for longer. Oh, Sam, that's lovely. Thank you so much for your beautiful comment there. I don't know that everything always suits me, but I do try to choose the outfits and the makeup to help make it work. Yes, Sam, that's true. It depends. So your base size does depend on how big your baby is. So she's saying that she's a size larger now that she has a toddler. So yes, it might be that you want to size up to that size 6, and then your wraps will always work for you. So let me just check if there's anything I haven't mentioned about this one. So obviously it's really shiny and it's lovely, very easy to glide. So it's easy to tie and it's easy to carry with. But there's also a nice kind of grippiness to this sling. So I would say that it's, you know, it stays in place, which makes it really easy to use as well. There's a little bit of bounce in it, not a lot, and our tester did try it out with her 10-month-old and also her nearly 4-year-old, and she said even a double layer carry, it was comfy, and I think her toddler fell asleep, so or her preschooler, I guess, at nearly 4 years old. So it is a lovely option for a good all-rounder, especially for the summer months coming in, and so it's breathable, moisture wicking, and I would say there's literally no breaking in needed for this sling, which makes it lovely out of the bag. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to show you our next sling, which is the beautiful Constellation's portent. So I'm going to just loosen that a tiny bit and then I can actually just take it off here. So it's a lovely pre-tied carry. You can slip baby in and out really easily. So just for ease, I'm going to pop it off over my head and pop that down there just now. So this is Constellation portent and it is our luxurious confetti shantung tussa blend. So I'm going to show you the kind of right side, if you like, the kind of face of the fabric first, and then I'll show you the stunning back and all those little details. So if I bring this a little bit closer, you can see those lovely flecks. So we've got beautiful kind of pinks and lovely kind of golden flecks and white in there as well. And all of these combined give this lovely peachy tone. So really beautiful flecks. So I guess it adds to that twinkling effect of the stars in the constellation design. And if I show you the back, wow. It is just so stunning, and honestly I was nearly late. I was a little bit late for this video today because I was too busy photographing all of the lovely details, and I'm going to pop something on Instagram later on after we've finished, just showing off those incredible details on this sling. So it's a really lovely texture. And it is 50% confetti shantung tussa and 50% organic combed cotton. So for Constellation and confetti shantung tussa lovers, I would say this is just such a gorgeous combination. And of course you have that lovely duotone warp and this beautiful kind of warming, kind of peachy tone as well. Lovely. So I'll pop this one on. Again, I have a 4 with me today. So I think I will maybe just pop it on as a front wrap cross carry tied under bum, and then what I'll do is I've got a ring sling as well, so I'll pop the ring sling on at the end so that we can see that with the back. But of course, if you were doing something a little bit fancy, maybe a fancy finish, you know, you can just imagine how you can combine the front and the back of the sling to show it off to its best. So we've gone with the teal side as the kind of top side, if you like. But of course, if you're buying a wrap, you can decide if you want to actually go with the purple. And I actually think I maybe would actually go with the purple. In fact, why don't I go with the purple at the top, and this time, since we had the blue on the Starry Night and the Ray, and then when I pop the ring sling on, that should be blue at the top, so we'll get to see best of both worlds. But just remember, if you are going for a ring sling and you want the purple at the top, then you need to order the wrong side of shoulder, as a little reminder. So Jeanette's asking how limited this one is. So it's not too limited. I think we have about 50 wraps, approximately 50 wraps available, or the equivalent of 50 wraps, obviously depending on what you want to order. It will be available in our accessories range, so our bags, scarves, shawls, and also carriers as well. So I'm just going to pop this down and get my baby. So Constellation portent is 326 GSM, so that's generally the standard GSM for our 50% confetti shantung tussa silk. So it means it's going to be really brilliant for toddlers in particular. It's a really sturdy wrap. It's got this gorgeous bandage-like feel, but you will also be able to wear this one and get benefit out of it from about 3 months up, I would say. A little bit younger than that, it might just have a little bit much bulk for you, but I really wouldn't worry too much if you do want to go for this sling with a smaller baby. They will certainly grow into it and they will be absolutely lovely. And I'll just show you the tightening of that at the back. So many of our customers obviously love the qualities of silk. The wrapping qualities are really luxurious and they are kind of second to none. And of course the colour of the shantung tussa is beautiful as well. So I'm just tightening that up, and I'm just doing a front wrap cross carry tied under bum for this one because again I do have a size 4. Now I'm not getting a hugely deep seat with my doll, which is always a bit of a challenge, but we'll do our best. So I'll just tie that there and hopefully you will be able to see that finished up. It does have a lovely kind of shimmer to it as well, doesn't it? I think our organic cotton warps always just have that beautiful shimmer as well. So that's the back and the front of the sling. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay, let me see if I have any questions. Lydia says, could you possibly show us a knot comparison? Yes, would you like a knot comparison of all 3? I can do that at the end. Okay, let me just scroll back up to the top of this little section so that I'm not missing anyone's questions and we're doing everything in order. Let's see. Okay, let me just check. Lots of love for this one, absolutely, I agree, it's beautiful. I want to make sure I'm answering these questions at the top. Lovely, okay. So Jamie, you're saying that you're pregnant, very pregnant at the moment. Congratulations, when are you due? Okay, I'm up here. Right. Yes, Constellation is beautiful. That's Lovely. Okay, so Ariana is saying, this is the make or break moment for my wallet. Anyone want to talk about what makes Tussa so special for the bigger kids? So as far as I'm aware, I think it's got a lot to do with the cushiness on your shoulders. So it feels really lovely and kind of weightless on your shoulders. Get that lovely kind of padded feeling. You also have this beautiful kind of bandage-like feeling, so it really kind of tightens up all around your baby's or your toddler's contours of their body and kind of gets into all the nooks and crannies and feels like a nice kind of bandage. And again, along with that, there's a little bit of stretch in there which kind of makes everything feel really lovely and tight, and you don't often need to kind of retighten or readjust the sling. But if anyone has anything they want to add to that, to Ariana, then do comment and I will read that out as well. We had our tester Alison, who tested it with her 15 months old, and yeah, she really loved this sling, and it really, I think she just fell in love with the blend. So yes, great. Okay. Carrie is curious to know what size is up on portent. I'm not too sure what that question means, so do repeat it, Carrie, if I, yeah, if you can, that would be brilliant. Oh yes, okay, what side is up? Yes, so the side that is up on portent is the blue side. So we've gone for the blue at the top, but of course if you're going for a wrapper ring sling you can wear it either way, but for carriers and for bags you will have it as the blue at the top of the sling. Oops, that's my rings jingling about. Yes, Jamie says the reverse is just stunning, and Katie says love it, I need it, and lovely. Lots of appreciation for this one. Jamie says, I have to remember I don't need it for the new baby, but maybe the new baby wants it. I know that would be my excuse. Lovely. Oh, Alison, you're here. Perfect. You're here as part of, so the tester who tested this wrap has said, trust me, the Constellation is amazing. And okay, so Jeanette is asking what the price point for this one is. So the price point for the Confetti Shantung Tussa Silk, so for a size 6 it's £225, and that's ex-VAT. Now some of you may be aware that this is a little bit more than what our Confetti Shantung Tussa Silk was last year, and that's purely because the yarn prices have gone up from the suppliers, so we're just unfortunately need to pass on a little bit of that, but we have tried to be as minimal as we can, but basically it's just the absolute raw material costs that have gone up, and I guess that's just a bit of a problem across the board at the moment, so that is why you may see a slightly higher increase for this one. And likewise for most silks that are coming up in the next few months. Linda says, oh, the drape is gorgeous on this one. And we spoke about the limited already, so it's not too limited, I don't think. There's about 50 wraps or so. And Christina's asking if there's any plans for silk on any different wraps. So that's a good question. I'm trying to think what we've got coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I don't think there's anything like super soon in terms of silk coming, but I'm sure there will be down the line a little bit. Yeah, so Ariane's asking, side note, is there a purple pre-order group? It would destroy my financial health bride smile the whole time. I'm sure there is one. Maybe someone will come in and reply. So Jamie, yes, you're asking a similar question. Any plans to bring back the Shap silk in anything? So I think there will be, but I just can't remember off the top of my head what we have coming soon. Oh, Marique, you're asking about the price of a shawl. I'm sorry, I don't have that to hand at the moment. And Emily is asking if it would work as a ring sling. Yes, in fact it would, and I'm going to show you that right now because I think I just wanted to show off these ones as best I could. So that's the, I just feel like it might be nice to show the ring sling as well because the back of the fabric is just so stunning. So I'm going to just take this one off and pop the ring sling on for the end of the video. We also have the throw still to come, so I'll show you that as well. But I will certainly answer all your questions. Do keep your questions coming if you've got anything else that you would like to ask. So this is the one of our pleated ring slings, and I'm just going to show you that one as well. So it will be lovely for toddlers and younger babies as well. You can probably get away with a ring sling as well, with maybe even with a newborn, because there's just one single layer of fabric going under their legs, so you don't really need to worry too much about bulk there. So I would say yes, it could be a good one. This sling probably needs a little bit of breaking in. You probably find that it will be a lot easier to run through your ring sling once it's been worn a few times. This is just brand new out of the bag today, so I'm just going to make sure that my rings are going to glide nicely, make sure there's no twisting in there. Just spin that around, that looks nice. And then I will pop it up. Ring sling tips are normally to tighten the bottom rail, which actually looks fairly well tightened already, loosen the top rail and a little bit in the middle. Make sure I'm still going to have good glideability through the rings with no twisting, and the little pouch there for my baby. Glide the rings up onto my shoulder, and then I'll pop my baby in to the sling. So I'll just bring them and sit them on. There we go. Lovely deep seat onto the ring sling as well will make your life a lot easier no matter what age your baby is, and it will all just stay in place perfectly. And you can see that's the blue top rail at the top as well. So this is a right hand ring sling. If you wanted the purple on the top, go for a left hand, but wear it on your right, and then you'll get the best of both worlds. So let me see if I can glide this through without too much of other before it has been broken in. And I'm just going to pull that away from my shoulder a little bit, bring the arms up, and there we have it. Constellation portent in the ring sling. Lovely. And then you get those beautiful tails with the reverse showing all those lovely flicks, which is really pretty. So that answers your question, Emily, that it does work in a ring sling indeed. Let's see. Oh good, there's lots of sharing about Frozen themed pre-order groups, and it's got gorgeous purples, so yes, anyone who's looking for something purple might want to join that group. Oh, Lydia saying that you were trying to be strong but you're crumbling. I'm sorry. I know, I was really taken aback when I was preparing for the video as well. Seeing these ones in real life, there's just something really magical about them. I think it's just everything kind of glows. Lovely. Okay, yes, Lydia, I'll do that knot comparison now. And oh, Jamie, you're saying that you're 37 weeks and 1 day today and getting, oh, lovely. So they're coming, hopefully going to come soon for you. So Kerry's added a little bit to the tussa. So she's saying tussa is very strong too, and it gets very soft. So she's saying that she can wear her 4-year-old for long periods of time. So that's another benefit of using the tussa. Lovely. And Alison who also tested this sling, has added a little bit extra to Ariana's question above about why people love tussa for toddler carrying. And she said, as Hannah said, the tussa is soft and cushy on your shoulders, but also very strong. The knot is extremely grippy and the wrap does not budge or sag at all. And she said, I had my 15-month-old in the wrap for 90 minutes and barely felt a thing. So that's a really lovely feedback. And Ella's asking, tussa isn't a viscose silk, is it? I remember it was made from silk waste, but it just spun, or is it a composite? So I believe it's not a viscose version. No, I think it is like a wild silk version. But I can double check that for you. Yes, Emily's asking if it would work for a 4-month-old. It would be perfect for a 4-month-old, and then that will take you all the way up to toddlerhood and beyond. So yes, that's a good shout. Yes, Rosie, this one will be made in a made to order as well. So you can go for any of our carriers or our accessories too in the Constellation. So you just need to look for the made to order listing on our website and go for one of those. Katie says, tussa is my go-to for toddler wearing. It's so strong yet not diggy at all. Has a little cush and holds my wriggly kiddo so well. Lovely. Okay. Linda says, I think this would not only be stunning as a ring sling as a look, but piece silk and tussa are my favourite ring sling wefts. Oh, that's great to hear that, Linda. Lovely. So Chantel, if you need any help at all just trying to decide between a 5 or a 6 for your base size, you can always just drop us a message on Facebook Messenger or email and we can help you with that as well. Lovely. Yes, Alison, that's a good reply as well, that yes, the 4-month-old would be sort of perfect onwards. You might find a little bit of bulk depending if your 4-month-old is a little, you know, is not a super chunky 4-month-old, and yeah, and then after breaking in it will be easier to use, but it's probably a good age to start with for this one. Lovely. Yes, so as you can see, it was a little bit tough to pull through the rings at the start, but I think because this one's just straight out of the bag, but once you do use it for a few times, you know, it will loosen up and will be easier. A tip for pulling through the rings as well is to lift under the bottom whilst you pull through the rings, and make sure to try and pull in the direction the fabric comes from. So for this one, I'd be lifting up underneath a bit and then pulling that way, and then like a sun rays kind of all the way down and round. So that's a good little tip to hold in mind. Christine says, in my experience, high blend tussa is so much better on a single shoulder. So yeah, so that means if you are doing a hip carry or something, or if you want to do a single shoulder carry, a bit like a ring sling, or you know, a no-sew ring sling or something like that, then it could be a really good shout for that as well. Everyone's saying this is fab and a ring sling as well. Lovely. Linda's also added that nubby silk isn't prone to pulls, that she finds this, which is great because her little one has Velcro shoes, which obviously is not the best for being next to delicate fabrics. And Chantel says, I wear my tussa hiking and it's my favourite blend. Doesn't budge, no readjusting, and so strong. Also so comfortable, and it's one of her favourites. So that's some really great feedback on why people love the tussa. Oh, Katie, that's great. Okay. Okay, lovely. Lots of chat about which sizes and which age of babies. So that is good, and how long you can carry for, so that's brilliant. Lydia says, are these rings, slings made up with the champagne rings too, or can we get gold? So that's a good question. I'll check that. I believe, well, certainly the champagne is what we've gone for initially for the release. But I'll check to see whether there will be any other colours offered. I think sometimes there can be other colours offered, but I'll double check that for you and get back to you after the video. Lovely. Okay, so let me do the knot comparison then, as we had a request for that. And then I'll show you the throw at the end of the video, and I can answer any more questions that anyone has. Oh, I don't know, I didn't really need to take that ring sling off. I'm kind of sad that I've taken it off now. I don't think I really needed to take it off to do the second part of the video, but there we go. Okay, so this is the Constellation with the Shantung Tussa, and its knot looks like this. So this is a 326 GSM. And what I'll do is I'll just knot them and then I'll hold them up together. So we've got the Starry Night Mardi Gras. I'm going to try and use the ends that don't have the curly bow. So knot at this end. And this one is 290 GSM. It's that one, and then the lovely lightweight, just taking the rings off this one, the ring off this one, should I say? The ray, let me just get to the correct end for this one, and this is that lovely lightweight 281 GSM. However, it will feel a little bit lighter in real life because the bamboo often weighs a bit heavier than it actually is. So here we go. Knot comparison. I hope that you can all see that. So that is, I'll try and hold them in equidistance. Constellation 326 GSM, Starry Night 290 GSM, and the Ray in 280, but will feel a little bit thinner, maybe more like 265, something like that. 265, 270. Yeah, and you can see actually, you know, I've got, yeah, Constellation, Starry Night, and the Ray. Try and hold them all equally. Hopefully that's helpful for you to see. I mean, there's not, you know, it doesn't look like a huge amount difference. Certainly they do go up in scale. I hope it's easy enough for you to see. I know the multicolour can sometimes make it a little bit difficult to actually see what's going on there. So yeah, it's quite nice them all together, isn't it? Maybe I'll take a photo of that after the call, after the video. Lovely. All three slings all together. And let me see if there was questions. Yes, the drape is so lovely. Lydia says, thanks Hannah, that was really helpful. You're very welcome, that was a good suggestion. Yes, quite a chunky knot for the Constellation, which is pretty normal for the Shantung Tussa. I suppose you could maybe try a knotless finish, I'm not sure. Oh, Katie saying, still campaigning for scrap packs when you do a multiple warp release. Yes, it's a good point. We will have meter pieces of these ones as well. So, and I think we maybe do half meter pieces in the made to order, if I'm thinking rightly about that. Okay, let's see. I'm just double checking I've got everyone, then I'll show you the blanket as well. Yep, so I'll get back to some of the questions that I wasn't able to answer. Yes, about 50 wraps are equivalent in terms of the Constellation. We will have another festival release next Wednesday. So if you're looking forward to the festival warp, we've got our next release then. Yeah, Chantel's saying I love to use rings to tie off my tussar wraps, so that would be a way to avoid the big knot, to use rings, so I would definitely recommend that. Lovely. Yes, Jamie, Lotus on Festival, you're correct, that's next week. It's quite a lightweight summery sling as well. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, they look so lovely together, don't they? Hopefully Chantal will have the PST time on our Facebook page. You could check that out or send us a little message and we can help you figure it out. Yes, Laura would like to see the front and back of Starry Night again, yes. So this is the front. This is the front. Like so. And this is the back. And you get that lovely space dye effect with all the 3 space dye, and then it changes as it goes over the different colours in the weft, in the warp, sorry, so which is really nice. So it looks different at all the different stages, which is really pretty. And now I'm going to show you the throw that we have coming tomorrow as well. So this is our Map of Middle Earth Moonlit Throw, which is a top up to our Rohan, the Rohan one that we released on the same warp a couple of weeks ago. So ideally we wanted to release them both at the same time, but this just hadn't been made in time. So we finally managed to blanket stitch all the way around, this beautiful blanket stitch, which adds a lovely feature to the throws. And this is a lovely brushed cotton, 100% organic combed cotton. So it's lovely and cuddly and it's easy care too. And you've got the entire map of Middle Earth there. And this one is very similar to the map of Middle Earth that we released in the winter, which had a gold weft. And we loved the gold weft, but we actually felt like we wanted to bring it out in a silver weft as well, just as an alternative option. And we may read either one of them depending on what you all think. So it technically has a white weft, but because there's actually, believe it or not, there's actually a black warp hiding underneath this blanket. All of the blankets have, have a warp hidden in underneath, and that's how they are constructed. So whenever the black warp combines with that white weft, you get this lovely silvery tone. So it does look more silver than white, and that's how the fibre composition is created. And we have this on the beautiful teal weft grad, which we had the same as the Rohan as well. So for Middle Earth fans, this is a really lovely one. It's a super iconic, obviously make a great gift for those who love Middle Earth as well. And you've got all the famous places all over the map of Middle Earth. So from Hobbiton to the Misty Mountains, everywhere. So that's our lovely cuddly Middle Earth throw that will also be released tomorrow on the website. So So Sam's asking what ring size would hold a constellation for a ring finish, 3 inch or larger. I think I would probably go with our larger sling ring. But you could probably go with a medium as well. Yes, Alison's saying that she used large rings. Yeah, I think probably large would probably be best. It would be easier. Great. Lovely. Okay. Alison's asking if there's any more Middle Earth on the festival warp. I don't think there is. I think it's just the Oscha designs that we've got coming up. But I will correct myself if I'm wrong with that, but I believe that is what's coming up. Chantal saying, seriously, also considering getting a Starry night. Lovely. Okay. Oh, Katie says, have we established how many blankets are too many? Well, I guess it depends on the size of your house, how many throws, how many couches you have, how many beds you have. Can you ever really have too many blankets? I know I have plenty just looking around behind my phone here. I can see at least 3, so yeah. And the price point for the throw, oh darn, I forgot to bring that with me today. It will be the same price as the Rohan that was up a couple of weeks ago, and I think we have a similar quantity to the Rohan. So I guess Rohan did actually sell out fairly quickly, but like I say, we may bring back these ones. So yes. I'll check how many blankets we have and get back to you because there's a couple of questions that we have here. So Marik is asking, oh no, is the blue side the back side? It looks mirrored. Do you mean on the throw, Marik? So this is the front side, the blue side, and then the back side is the silver, more of a silver side. So this is definitely the front of the throw. It's definitely the blue. It's much richer that way, and everything is spelled. Oh, it must be because I see what you mean. Yes, I think when I am showing you text on the screen, it goes back to front. So no, don't worry. This is definitely the front side, not the back side. Lovely. Yeah, Jamie says no, it's the camera. I always answer the questions before I see you've already beat me to it. Oh, Melissa, that's so nice. Your 8-year-old son has started reading The Hobbit. Oh, it's so great. I've been listening to it on audiobook actually recently to remind myself. I will get back on the quantity of the blankets. Silk on the festival warp, I don't think so. Possibly a toddler worthy blend. Lovely. Of course, Melissa, all books are great books. Sounds wonderful to have them started reading on The Hobbit at 8 years old. Lovely. Okay, well, I think that's everything that I wanted to show you this afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed our chat. It's been lovely to see some of the newer faces here as well. Jamie and Emily, thank you so much for joining us. I think we do have some more ice cotton coming up, Jamie. Yes, I think we do have some ice cotton. And yes, thank you so much for joining me. I will be back this time next week. We do have a release on the festival warp coming next week, and I look forward to chatting with you all again soon. I will pop off and check some of the questions and reply to those that I wasn't able to answer in the call. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, everyone.